bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the in your mouth. Come on. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey.
Okay, we are live. Welcome in, everyone, to another episode of Saints Franchise. Happy Super Bowl Sunday to all who celebrate. So in our last episode, we ended up taking down the Falcons in a close game by the final score of 23-20. Looking back at our schedule, we got off to a pretty rocky start, obviously. We dropped our first 4 games before finally getting our first win against the Giants in Week 5, and we dropped our next 2 to drop to 1-7. But since that 1-7 start, or is that a 1-6 start? Or 1-6, I swear I can count. So in our first 7 games, we went 1-6, and since then, we were 3-1. Our only loss came in a close one to the Rams. So we're actually not doing all that bad. Another note before we start this game, I did adjust some sliders. I think running the ball is still way too goddamn easy. I did adjust the run blocking slider down significantly. Of course, you also, during the weekly strategy, last stream I had +5 run blocking for all offensive linemen set on, and that probably explains why we were able to run the ball so well, but I want this to be realistic. It's obviously going to be a work in progress, but Alvin Kamara's almost had 1,000 yards on the ground already, and he's never ran for 1,000 yards in a season before. Fun fact. But anyways, if we take a look at the playoff picture, so obviously we're not in the playoff picture with a 4-7 record. However, the Falcons currently lead our division, and they are 5-6 right now, and we are 4-7. Yeah, they're 5-6 and we are 4-7. So we are a game behind them, and we hold the tiebreaker right now, seeing as how we just beat them. We've only played them once so far this season, so we will play them again. But as of right now, we do hold the tiebreaker, so the playoffs are not out of the picture. Also, go back and look at weekly awards. Pete Werner wins NFC Defensive Player of the Week for the second time this year. He's having a sensational year. 12 tackles, 3 sacks. And speaking of which, I haven't really looked at stats for any of my players so far this year. So, starting off at quarterback, Tyler Shuck, 1,500 yards, 8 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. Now, as always, most of those interceptions are my fault. Does have a 70% completion rate. Only 6.5 yards per attempt, though, so we are dinking and dunking quite a bit. Wish it showed me how many games he started. I can't exactly remember. I want to say we started off 1-5 with Spencer Rattler before turning it over to Tyler Shuck, who's gone 3-2 since then. Alvin Kamara, 982 yards. He's just 18 yards away from 1,000 yards on the ground. His first of his career. He's also averaging over 6 yards a carry. That's part of the reason why I adjusted the run blocking sliders again. Devin Neal's averaging 5.5 a pop with a couple of rushing touchdowns. No one else is really doing anything all that notable. Kendre Miller's had a couple moments. I guess Cam Akers has kind of been not great. Taysom Hill's actually having a really good year for us, and that's going to be really interesting because he is a free agent coming up this year, and he's also 35 years old. He's having a great season. I've also started using him as a fullback in certain formations, and he's an excellent run blocker. But he may very well have 1,000 yards receiving, on top of being an excellent run blocker, both at tight end and at fullback. Chris Olave, need to find a way to get him more involved. Only 432 yards so far and 1 touchdown. Yeah, gotta find a way to get him more involved. And I say this every game, I'm also not a super huge fan of our offensive playbook. During the offseason, that might be something I look to address again, but then the only problem with that is I have to kind of relearn a playbook in year 2. Devon Vele has been getting a lot of reps ever since we traded away Brandon Cooks and Rashid Shaheed. No touchdowns yet for the 6'5" receiver, but 4 yards on 28 catches is not bad. Kamara has 47 catches for a little over 300 yards and a couple scores at the backfield, so he's well over 1,000 all-purpose yards. Jawan Johnson, 30 catches, 277 yards, and a couple touchdowns for him. And Mason Tipton, who we recently just elevated from the practice squad, a little under 100 yards so far in a very small sample size. And he has a receiving touchdown. Blocking, I don't really look at the sack stat because Madden doesn't actually know how to evaluate offensive line play, but looking at downs played, Talise Fuaga has played the most, Kelvin Banks, Cesar Ruiz, Eric McCoy, and Trevor Penning follow. I don't think... So I know Trevor Penning missed some time with an injury. I don't think anyone else, unless they got taken out during a game, no one else has missed significant time. And even then, Trevor Penning, I believe, missed 1 game, might have been 2. Pete Werner, 96 tackles, 31 TFLs, and 11.5 sacks, and 2 interceptions. That's a Defensive Player of the Year caliber year. It also feels kind of cheesy, but I'm not even the one usering him half the time when he's making plays. Justin Reed has 88 tackles. Jonas Sanker has 14 TFLs. Of course, he was playing in the box for the first half of the season before we traded away Julian Blackman. Cam Jordan and Devon Godchaux both have double-digit TFLs as well. Pete Werner's the only one with double-digit sacks as a linebacker, off-ball linebacker. Chase Young's the next closest with 5. Pete Werner leads our team in tackles for loss, sacks, and interceptions with 2. Devon Godchaux has an interception off a tip pass. Justin Reed, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Drew Sanders, and Alante Taylor each have 1 as well. Blake Grupe, 19 of 22 for field goals. He's missed 1 extra point. Only a 43.4 average and a sub-40 net average for James Burnip. Does have 6 punts inside the 20 to only 3 touchbacks, so that's good. Dante Pettis has actually been pretty good for us as a return man. I am hoping to get Mason Tipton some more returns. He only has 6 returns, but nearly 26 yards a return. He's filthy fast. Cedric Wilson's our punt returner now, but yeah, I mean, we have some building blocks. So now, moving on to scouting. So, I've been doing a lot of thinking off stream, so here's where I'm at. When it comes to quarterbacks, we just looked at the stats, right? Tyler Shuck, overall, I'm satisfied with how he's been playing. However, what I'm considering here is, what is Tyler Shuck's ceiling? Is Tyler Shuck ever going to be a generational franchise quarterback? I don't know about that. And depending on where our draft position is, this looks to be a very deep quarterback class, especially, you know, in the first round. And generally speaking in football, like if you need a quarterback, take one with your first round pick. You're not going to wait till the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or whatever round to take a quarterback. So if we need a quarterback, or if we can upgrade with someone with a higher ceiling, we might do that. Now, you'll see I have a couple guys favored here. I have Trevor Coleman. He's projected to go top 5. We may very well not have a top 5 pick, especially if we somehow fall ass backwards into winning our division. But even then, I mean, if we go 500 in our last 6 games to go 7-10, we're in all likelihood going to be outside the top 5. I do like Trevor Coleman. I also really like Tony Thurmond. I mean, if you just look at the scouting report, A, deep accuracy, A, medium accuracy, A, short accuracy, A, under pressure, those are 4 huge things. Now, he's a strong arm quarterback, so he's not going to be very mobile. 6'3", 226, 23 years old, out of Texas Tech. As far as some of the other things go, C, play action is, okay, but I can certainly live with that. B to C, throw on the run is also nice. But, yeah, this guy looks like he could be a home run. So I am going to select him. Secondly, tight end's going to be a little tricky too. So we have Taysom Hill. I mentioned he was having a great season, and I'm really on the fence on whether I want to re-sign him or not, because he's really getting up there in age. But Foster Moreau's also a free agent after this year, and I really don't think I'm going to bring him back. So regardless, we're going to need a tight end anyways, and the tight end free agency class is not that deep. So I looked at these 3 tight ends. You'll see I have them all favored. I do think, however, the best of the 3 is the one who's listed 3rd, and that is Clay Moore, tight end out of Iowa. Look at some of the stats. A catching, A to B catch in traffic, A to B spectacular catch, although that's not really a huge deal to me, but A short route running, A medium route running, B to C deep route running, but we don't really send our tight ends deep all that often. But blocking, C run block, B to C pass block. This guy, Brent Bradley, is a better pass blocker, the best pass blocker, or the best blocker in general of the 3, it looks like. But I think overall, Clay Moore is the best out of these 3, although I wouldn't be upset with any of these 3, Taylor Ramirez, Brent Bradley, or Clay Moore. But I am going to select Clay Moore as our focus player. And lastly, so I looked at receivers. I don't love this receiver class. We may still take a receiver, but I was looking at pass rushers, because Cam Jordan's a free agent at the end of the year, probably going to let him walk, and he may very well retire. He's getting up there in age, and he'll end up in Canton someday. But we'll be left with Carl Granderson and Chase Young, who have been solid for us this year, but I don't know if I want them being every down edge rushers. With that said, edge obviously isn't towards the top of our needs, but if we're going to let Cam Jordan go, we could certainly use some depth and certainly use someone who can play some downs. And I really like Dane Bacon out of Georgia. Look at some of his skills. A to C block shedding, so worst case scenario, he's mediocre in that department. Best case scenario, he's excellent. D finesse moves kind of sucks, but he can make up with it with B power moves. A to C play rec, A pursuit, love that. A to C tackle. So you know what, for a guy who may very well be a 3rd round pick, I like that value. So we are going to select those guys. Tony Thurmond, Clay Moore, and Dane Bacon are going to be our 3 scouting focus players. And yeah. So next thing we're going to do, by the way, we are taking on the 3-8 Miami Dolphins. We'll take a look at their roster. So Tua is an 85 overall with superstar dev, which seems extremely high to me, even before the disastrous season he had. So that's kind of annoying. Devon Achan's an 86 overall, which of course now seems kind of low. Tyreek Hill, 94 overall, superstar X Factor. Jalen Waddle's only an 85, which seems low to me. But the biggest thing is 98 speed for Tyreek Hill, 97 for Jalen Waddle. They also have Nick Westbrook-Akine, and we might see some Tyler Boyd as well. Darren Waller, who of course came out of retirement to sign with the Dolphins. It's with the team, but he's injured, so we're going to see Pharaoh Brown. The offensive line, Jedrick Wills is injured, former first-round pick for Cleveland, so we'll see Patrick Paul in his place. James Daniels is an 80 overall at left guard. Aaron Brewer's a 78 at center. Jonah Savina, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Rookie out of Arizona, he's a 77. Austin Jackson's a 75. On the defense, Jalen Phillips, of course, got traded to Philadelphia in real life for a 3rd-round pick. But he's still with the Dolphins in this universe, 85 overall. Bradley Chubb at the other edge, he's an 81. Zach Seiler's an 84. Kenneth Grant, rookie out of Michigan, is an 80. Linebacking core, Willie Gay is a 74. Jordan Brooks, who had an excellent season in real life. I think he won the tackling title. 83 overall. Tyrell Dodson's a 75. Secondary, they have Jack Jones. Mike Hilton's a 76 overall, and Cam Smith. Minka Fitzpatrick's a 92 overall, and Tony Jefferson's a 79 overall. Jason Sanders is their kicker, and Jack Browning is their punter. And that is this Miami Dolphins team. I, of course, selected my weekly strategy off camera. We're going to simulate practice and pray to God that we don't have any injuries. All right, is anyone out? So these guys were all out beforehand. All right, perfect. No new injuries. Love to see that. All right, without further ado, we are ready to jump into this game against the Miami Dolphins in Miami. Oh, when the Saints come marching in. Yep, and we have Brandon Godden and Charles Davis calling the game. It's like all those other men's that we used to play. I would rather listen to them than that female announcer. I don't know her name. And by the way, it's not because she's a woman. We love women on this channel. Craven Moorhead loves women, hence the name. Anyways, Dolphins 3-8. Logic, their head coach, who of course got fired and is now the offensive coordinator for the Chargers. That should be something to look out for next year, by the way. I think it was just time to move on from Mike McDaniel, but I don't think that makes him a bad head coach. Certainly not a bad offensive coordinator or an offensive mind. Anyways, we're going to receive this opening kickoff, and Dante Pettis from about the 6-yard line gets it out to the 25, and that's where we will start our opening drive. And here comes Tyler Shuck as Coach Moorhead gives him a slap on the ass and some encouragement. Completion percentage isn't everything, but a 70% completion percentage, very good. Offset by one touchdown pass, not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. And we're going to start off with a give to Kamara, and Alvin Kamara right away has a ton of space. There is a flag on the play. That would have brought him over 1,000 yards for the season, but it is not going to count. Instead, we're going to be backed up 9 yards. Trevor Penning guilty of the hold.
Both know coaches aren't real big on silver linings, but at least that play call was a successful one. Now the focus offensively, that goes to overcoming the penalty and making all.
They're playing press coverage on the outside. I am going to send Olave deep, but I don't like that look. Instead, we're going to give it to Tipton. A high pass there from Tyler Shuck. It is still complete. We pick up a handful of yards, 7 yards to be exact.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his
2nd and 12 coming up.
the ball in space on drag routes just like this, they want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though.
I'm going to send Tipton on a corner route. I don't like those routes overlapping.
To throw a shot.
And that's a completion to Chris Olave, but another flag on the plays. We pick up another first down that is going to come back. And it's another hold. And this time it's Kelvin Banks. That's been his Achilles heel all year. He's been pretty good on tape, but the holds are killing us. And now we're looking at 2nd and 22.
They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Send Olave in motion here.
Here's Shuck.
We're going to go to Tipton. And Tipton breaks out of... No, he does not break out of a tackle. His second catch on the drive only picks up 4. And it's going to be 3rd and very long.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield.
Devin Neal in motion on this 3rd and forever. And Shuck goes down for the sack. 3rd and 18. Had to wait for those routes to develop. Didn't have the time to do so, and we are going to punt on our opening drive. Those penalties killed us. Jalen Phillips on the sack. And we're kicking this physically from our own end zone.
And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
Burnett boots this one away. Tyreek Hill makes the fair catch at the 44. And here comes Tua Tagovailoa, who's only turned the ball over 3 times this year.
the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals?
And a quick pass, and that is incomplete.
He didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work
Off the hands of, I believe, was it Pharaoh Brown's their tight end? I can't remember. Anyways, it's second down.
They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach.
Second and 10.
Things get dicey.
Give on the outside to Devon Achane, and who else but Pete Werner comes up and makes the TFL.
A loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I've played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost
3rd and 11.
ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player.
And Tua's just going to throw that ball away. There's no one in the area. That should probably be intentional grounding, but this is Madden. Our defense, regardless, forces a 3 and out. Great stand by our defense. Defense has been playing a lot better as of late. It was horrendous to start off the year. Cedric Wilson, we're going to call for the fair catch at the 9-yard line.
And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep.
So we take a look at the receiving yards leaders for running backs, and Alvin Kamara leads the league.
And he's made his presence felt in the passing game throughout the season. You look at the NFL's leader in receiving yards by a running back. His name right there at the top.
Here's Kamara.
And not much there at all as he'll get this only
Small gain.
the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front
2nd and 8.
won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And that's a completion to Jawan Johnson. He takes a hard hit from Jordan Brooks, but he picks up the first down.
The Saints at 4 and 7 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
3 tight ends set here. 1st and 10. Another give to Kamara, and Kamara only picks up a yard. I think I'm going to give him a breather here. No, he only has 2 carries, but he did have that long carry that got called back. Let's put Devin Neal in.
The line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd.
They are playing press coverage, it looks like. They send Olave deep. I'm going to send Devon Vele deep, too.
Throwing, Shuck.
And this pass over the middle is intercepted. That's Jalen Phillips. Is that Jalen Phillips?
To the 20-yard line.
No, it's Tyrell Dodson. I saw the space over the middle open. Thought Taysom Hill could beat him on the route. He couldn't. He just ran the route for him. And the Dolphins take over in great field position.
So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. But following the interception, they're set up nicely here. Already inside the red zone. Knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. In motion is Westbrook-Ikhine.
And a give to Achane. He's brought down for a loss.
Finding a lane, he barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make
2nd and 13.
some on 2nd and 13. Again, it's Achane.
Another give to Achane. Pete Werner brings him down for a loss again.
Goes down right there. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. They went with a run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many
3rd and 14.
The defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly.
And that's going to be lofted to the corner of the end zone. It's caught by Jalen Waddle for the touchdown. That was an absolute duck. But it didn't matter. Jalen Waddle makes the adjustment. Kool-Aid McKinstry gets put into a spin cycle, and the Dolphins strike first. And it's 7-0 thanks to our interception.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Pettis from about the 3. Dante Pettis with a little bit of space. Gets it out to the 35.
Field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. What a weekend it has been already around the NFL. We had 3 great games on Thanksgiving.
Kamara back in the backfield.
Philadelphia, and it's all part of the NFL salute to the legendary John Madden. This week's slate of games.
Hand off to Kamara. Picks up 5. Second and 5 coming up.
Salute the man we knew as coach, who brought so much to this great holiday, so many smiles with his love of family, his love of football, and we miss him, no doubt. Gone, but certainly never forgotten, John Madden. To throw down.
It's going to be a quick pass complete to Devin Neal, and Devin Neal has a lot of space. Devin Neal, a catch and run of 28 yards all the way down to the Miami 32. I'm going to flip this play, and we're going to toss it to Neal. Looking to get the edge on the outside. Can't do it. Loses 4 yards.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here.
And that pass is held on to by Mason Tipton. What a catch. Gain of 10. It's now 3rd and 4. Send Neal in motion.
Shuck now to throw.
Quick pass complete. Taysom Hill picks up the first down, but there's another flag on the play. And it's another hold. Our 3rd holding penalty of the game, and it's Kelvin Banks again, his 2nd of the game. And that backs us up pretty significantly.
In the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Now Shuck.
We're going to take off and run. Get down. He dives instead of slides. Picks up a handful of yards. It's still going to be 4th down, but we're just trying to give ourselves slightly better field position for this field goal attempt by Blake Grupe. Kick is up, and it is good. We are on the board, 7-3.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3.
Miami will start this drive at the 23.
That's what he's searching for now.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last
Tua under pressure, throws on the run, and it's complete for a big gain of 23 yards. Not great. Justin Reed loses his man in coverage.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got it, not just space.
Give to Achane. Picks up a yard. 2nd and 9.
Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They
Second and 9, Tua. Quick pass complete to Tyreek Hill. Picks up 3 after being brought down by Riley Moss. 3rd and 6 coming up.
And 6 to go.
See if they snap this.
6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
They don't have to. Excuse me. And they will not snap it. So that is the end of the first quarter. We're down 7-3.
The score on EA Sports.
I mean, that interception that we threw, there it is right there. Kind of killed us. That's what's killing us so far.
Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
3rd and 6. Run right at midfield, Tua in the empty set. And this pass to the right side's complete, but a nice tackle there by Pete Werner, and that's going to bring up 4th down. 4th and 2, I would go for this. We'll see if Madden has that same logic, and they do.
They throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
4th and 2. And it's a give to Achane. He picks up the 1st down. Easily his best run of the game, even if it wasn't for a huge gain, but being able to pick up that 1st down on 4th and 2 is huge.
Stripe was curious what they were going to do. Turns out going for it, the good play.
Reminded me of a conversation we had yesterday before this game where you said, you know, it's interesting about the NFL nowadays. Oftentimes in short yardage situations, they throw the ball. In the old days,
Tua under pressure, and he takes a huge sack. Demario Davis, one of the guys there.
Okay, I'm not sure you can actually draw a better pass rush than that one right
We
there.
bring a stunt up front.
Outside, he had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. On
Play action. Tua, quick pass that's complete. Westbrook-Akine picks up 9. That will bring up a 3rd and 11.
That's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua.
Tua tries to check that down to Achane, but it's too low at his feet and incomplete. And that's going to bring up a 4th and long. And Jason Sanders is going to come out for the 55-yard field goal. Certainly not a gimme. And the kick is going to be wide right. No good, and we take over with pretty good starting field position.
55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique.
Let's make sure we have Kamara in as our lead back right now.
This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio.
And Kamara with the carry only picks up a yard.
Going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll throw. Here's Shuck.
That pass is held onto by Taysom Hill. Kind of a dangerous throw there. He only picks up a yard.
When you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front
3rd
of
and 8.
and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 8.
They're playing press coverage on the outside on Olave. Gonna send Tipton on a drag.
Working out of the gun here. Shuck.
We're going to lob it down the left side. Wide open is Chris Olave, and he's got it for the touchdown. There's that big play from Olave we've been waiting for, and we take the lead.
Chris Olave, 52 yards. And
A good ball there by Tyler Shuck. He could not have been more open.
But they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone.
And we are up 10-7. Good stand by our defense. We forced a missed field goal. Started with excellent starting field position, and that deep ball from Tyler Shuck to Chris Olave.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away.
Dolphins will return this one from about the 2. They only get out to the 23. Our special teams coverage has been pretty good throughout the year.
Miami set to take over. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say
and that's a quick pass complete to the tight end for 5 yards.
Just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Another give to Achane. Just short of the line to gain. Third and inches. And they're going to come out in their goal line package.
And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked.
And we stopped them. That worked. It's 4th and inches.
Think he got it. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it. And
they're going to go for it again.
They gain nothing, and all they need are inches. Usually we put this on the offensive line, but sometimes it's the quarterback's fault as well on the sneak. You've got to get low and burrow.
Usually we talk about O-line surge, their D-line surge leading to 4th. And in their own
I'm calling a timeout.
Needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining.
Now they're going with a 3-receiver set.
Second quarter. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try.
4th and inches from well in their territory.
They're going for it.
And this is going to be a little bubble to Achane. He's going to pick up the first down. Counts as a backwards pass. The Dolphins, ballsy call there, but it works in their favor. They pick up the first.
And both knew exactly where the first
Under 6 minutes to go here in the opening half. Another give to Achane. Achane finds a pretty big hole. Puts Justin Reed in a spin cycle and picks up 13.
Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast.
Man in motion here. It's going to be a jet sweep play fake. Tua under pressure, and he's brought down for the sack. Who else? Pete Werner.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
2nd and 22. Tua looking to throw. Checks it down to his tight end. He's got a lot of space. Picks up a nice chunk of yards, but there is a flag on the play. And it's going to be a hold. Hold on their right guard. We're going to back them up 10 more yards to make it a 2nd and 32.
From this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on.
And this is going to be a screen to Achane. Achane with some space, and Achane finds the cutback lane, and he's gone. Devon Achane, touchdown. 2nd and 32. They call a screen pass, and Achan's able to house it, but that's what he does best.
Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines, so let's go get it back, and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead.
And it's 14-10.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Mason Tipton to return this from about the 7. Gets it out to the 32.
Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Saints offense and the veteran.
They're still showing Alvin Kamara's numbers from before the game. He doesn't have a lot of yards. I don't think he's at 1,000 for the season yet. He needed 18 yards in the game. I want to say he's at like 10.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get.
See if he can pick it up here. Kamara finds the cutback lane. That should put him over 1,000 yards for the year.
See if the offense can continue this uptick here.
Alvin Kamara having a career year at the age of 30.
Watching these guys go up and downfield, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person when it's played well and is skilled.
Here's Kamara again. Slips through the hole. Picks up 6 yards.
The defender likes it.
I'm going to give him a bit of a breather here. Put Devin Neal back in.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field.
Right, I'm going to kind of draw a play in the sand here.
I keep going back to him.
Playing press coverage on the outside on Olave again.
2nd and 4.
And that pass is incomplete. We kind of started throwing on the run. Taysom Hill took a while to break open. Sloppy footwork there.
And on that play, he came through.
And this offense on 3rd down today. Just
Press on the outside on Olave again. We're sending him deep. So he might not even be our first read. It's going to be Kamara. He makes the catch, stays upright, and he is short. It's 4th and 1. We're going for this, and I want to put Kendre Miller in.
It leaves him with 4th and 1.
Kendre Miller's first touch, and he picks up the first down, and that will bring us to the 2-minute warning.
As they convert on 4th down. So he needed 1. He ended up getting.
We have 2 timeouts. Dolphins receive the second half kickoff.
Because oftentimes a running back can get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure you got the first down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
Taysom Hill in motion here. Another give for Kendre Miller, and he loses the football! And the Dolphins recover. Okay, Kendre Miller, get ready to learn Japan, buddy. He's not playing again this game.
And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things.
Second turnover of the game. The Dolphins already scored 7 points off of 1 turnover. See what they can do with this one. They start off with an 8-yard gain. Tyreek Hill doesn't have a catch yet.
Here's Tua.
He does now, and he absolutely burns Riley Moss, and there he goes. Touchdown, Tyreek Hill. And it looked like he was showing off towards the end. A little speed out, and then he just cooks him with his speed. So the Dolphins now have 13. An extra point will make it 14 points off of turnovers.
It's good, and it's 21-10.
Can't stop the big play. I mean, that first touchdown, they took over off a Tyler Shuck interception with great starting field position. Tua threw a duck up to Jalen Waddle, and Kool-Aid McKinstry just couldn't find it. Waddle caught it for the touchdown as Mason Tipton returns this one. Mason Tipton with a little bit of space here. Mason Tipton all the way out to the 45. A great return. We need points here. We're going to be going into the half, in all likelihood, trailing, but even a field goal here at least makes it a one-score game.
Side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles, but they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there.
Pass complete. Olave picks up 6.
Get out there now and get some points on this drive.
His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's second down.
I'm going to try a screen pass here.
They're going to look to throw.
Kamara has it. Alvin Kamara with a ton of space. Alvin Kamara out of bounds at the 37. 55 seconds to go.
It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Back to throw.
Pass complete. Devon Bailey, his first catch, only picks up 4.
Second and 6. They'll stick with the passing game.
That pass hauled in by Hill. It's going to be third down. We're going to take our second timeout with 22 seconds to go.
Third and 1. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Third down and 1.
Third and 1.
Shuck again.
Pass complete. Taysom Hill takes a big hit. We're going to take our final timeout.
Saints will use their third and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
To throw is Shuck.
That pass held on to by Olave. We're going to need to hurry up and spike this.
It's brought down, and remember here, no timeouts left. They
What is he doing?
quick.
Thank you. I don't know what the fuck Tyler Shuck was doing there for a minute, but we do get the spike off. Olave with a big catch. We're going to just settle for 3 here to make a 8-point game.
Time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit.
Blake Groupie
His kick is
makes it 21-13.
that'll make this an 8-point game. So yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in this last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little
Groupie will kick this one off. This should end the half. This will end the half. Even if they return it for a touchdown, they only get out to the 25, and that's how the first half comes to an end. 21-13. Dolphins on top. As we take a look at what's going on around the league.
The NFL starts now. We begin with the reigning, defending Super Bowl champs, the Eagles, at home to take on the Chicago Bears.
Got Bears-Eagles here.
And this is Devontae Smith.
Jalen Hurts.
Fired deep downfield.
All day
He's
to throw.
right there
Looks
to
like
secure it.
Eagles football.
75 yards this one goes.
Except that does not look like
And
Eagles
run
football.
For the score.
Devontae Smith with a...
The
He
Eagles
catches that
win
like a
their
fucking
4th
baseball.
straight as they get the
Jalen Hurts with
victory here.
5 passing touchdowns as the Eagles take down the Bears 45-31. in an offensive thriller.
Why don't we go over to Charm City?
Then we go over to the AFC North, the Bengals and the Ravens, and the Ravens are 10-1. Lamar with a fake.
Derrick Henry.
I guess that was Derrick Henry lined up as a receiver.
On the touchdown run. The Ravens
Derrick Henry was lined up as a receiver and took an end around to the house.
Since their last loss, this win today makes it 8 straight victories.
And the Ravens are now 11-1 after taking down the Ravens. We got the Chiefs
hosting the Kansas City Chiefs
at the Cowboys. Dak
and it's Dak
swings that one out to C.D. Lamb on a screen pass, and he scores, and the Cowboys take down the Chiefs, just like they did in real life this year, 30-28.
Here are the rest of the scores from
I believe that was on Thanksgiving, right?
All 32 teams in action over the course of this Thanksgiving weekend. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half. As we get you back.
So as far as this game goes, I mean, the Dolphins have 14 points off of turnovers. Bad interception by Tyler Shuck. Guy just ran the route for Taysom Hill. Outside of that, Tyler Shuck's played pretty well, though. Kamara's up over 1,000 yards on the ground. Their touchdowns are a long catch and run by Devon Achane on a screen pass. A long catch and run by Tyreek Hill on a quick pass. And then Jalen Waddle on a terrible pass from Tua, but Jalen Waddle came down with it. So turnovers and the inability to stop the big plays, what's killing us. Let's see if we can turn it around. This is returned from about the 3, and the Dolphins will start their first drive of the second half at the 26.
Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well.
Play action. And Tua goes down. It's Carl Granderson on the user sack.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
2nd and 16, Tua, quick pass, complete. Tyreek Hill, his third catch of the game. And it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Here's 3rd and 10.
Two backs in the backfield. Tua looking to throw, and this pass is incomplete. Behind Tyreek Hill, and a great stand by our defense in the opening drive of the second half as we force a 3 and out.
Third quarter is a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively.
Cedric Wilson back to return this punt.
Force a quick punting situation.
From about the 28, has some space to the left side to the 37.
43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now
we're going to start off with a give. Kamara, not really anywhere to run. We only pick up a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
Our side, we forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Kamara in motion.
Here's Shuck.
We're going to dump it off to Kamara, complete, but only for a gain of a yard.
Maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first.
I'm going to send Kamara in motion to the slot.
Third down, Shuck from the gun.
And that pass is batted at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. Went to go to Kamara in the flat.
From him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah,
And we go 3 and out right after our defense forces a 3 and out.
Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Burnip punts this one away. And that's out of bounds, right at the 20.
Sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now, what you're looking for...
Tyreek Hill going in motion.
An advantage in field position.
Another give to Achane. Picks up 5. Jonas Sinker on the stop.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
2nd and 5. Tyreek Hill in motion again. And this is a play fake. And a little dump off to the tight end. He makes one man miss. He'll pick up 4.
4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication.
And Devon Achane's brought down for a loss on the play by Carl Granderson.
Communicating, there he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And we're going to force another punt, another 3 and out forced by our defense. Haven't been able to stop the big play, but outside of a few big plays, our defense has been playing very well. Cedric Wilson to return another punt.
That's taken on the 25.
Kind of runs into his own man there, but not a bad return.
A 7-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because
another give to Kamara, and Alvin Kamara has a big hole, and Alvin Kamara out past midfield to the Miami 49. He almost broke that one.
As well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Gonna go back-to-back carries for Kamara. This time he picks up 6. So take a look at his season numbers. He has eclipsed 1,000 yards on the ground for the first time in his career. We're gonna give him a breather here, though. Gonna put Devin Neal in the game.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4. Give to Devin Neal, and Devin Neal picks up the first down, takes a huge hit. He picks up 6 yards.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
I think I like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back carries for Devin Neal. Bounces off of one man, picks up 6 more.
One tackle, but that's about all as he's...
Let's give Cam Akers some action.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Running the ball very effectively so far on this drive. Akers, nowhere to go. Loses a yard. Let's get Kamara back in.
Behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
3rd and 5.
To throw now, Shuck.
That pass is complete to a wide-open Jawan Johnson. Jawan Johnson out of bounds at the 13. A huge 3rd down conversion for Jawan Johnson.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
This pass is incomplete. Looking for Mason Tipton that time.
Knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
2nd and 10. We're going to try another screen here.
Throwing, Shuck.
Kamara has it. No one blocked anyone. That's a loss of 3.
Lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3.
No one got out.
And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended
And
receiver.
Tyler Shuck misses a wide open Taysom Hill. That would have been a touchdown.
Pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
They don't get the
We're going to have to settle for 3 here.
marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last
33-yard field goal. It's the equivalent of an extra point.
Because if you're at 70% or better,
Blake Groupie
2 weeks in a row,
splits the uprights. It's a 5-point game.
in this league, won't you?
That was a huge miss by Tyler Shuck. One of his biggest misses, if not the biggest miss of the year.
He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drive.
This will be returned from about the 5. Pete Werner on the special teams tackle. Dolphins start this drive at the 25.
Set and ready to go. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
1st and 10. Give to Achane, looking to bounce it outside. Bounces off of Demario Davis, but it doesn't matter. A loss of 5. Good job by Davis just to slow him down. Let the reinforcements come in. 2nd and 15.
For a tackle for loss.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Play action.
Handoff now to
Dump off to Achane. He makes a man miss and ends up picking up the first down. Also, why is Quincy Riley not in the game? This game is so ass, man. I have to do this every fucking game. Quincy Riley's listed as my nickel corner. And then every single time, after the first quarter or after the first half, this happens. There's literally no one listed as a slot corner for me. It's disgusting.
this one up to about the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Jalen Waddle in motion. Tua looking to throw. Has time in the pocket. Under pressure, and that pass is caught. Nick Westbrook-Akine. Good ball from Tua under pressure.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Another man in motion. And that's another give to Achane. But he loses a yard that time.
One tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
2nd and 11. Tua. Pass is held on to by Westbrook-Akine. He went up and climbed the ladder on that one and picks up his second first down of this drive. And this may very well be the last play of the third quarter. We'll see if they snap this. They do not. So through 3, our defense has done pretty good in the third quarter, but a couple of big conversions here on this drive for the Dolphins. 21-16 after 3.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4.
1st and 10 from the 40.
Now a play fake. Here's
Play fake, Achane. Pass to the right side. It's complete to Jalen Waddle for a big gain. Gain of 21. We need to hold them here. A field goal we can live with.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot.
And a little RPO there, and it's complete to Tyreek Hill, and he's going to have the touchdown.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his second.
That's a bit of a backbreaker there. Tua gets hit as he throws that and still gets it off to Tyreek Hill. I mean, he's balling out, which pisses me off because Tua is not a good quarterback in real life. And it's 28-16. Yeah, we need a touchdown on this drive.
Touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Pettis from about the 4. Only gets out to the 23.
20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
And Kamara slips out of a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. He's lucky to just pick up 2.
Second down and 8.
Kamara in motion.
Shuck now to throw.
Quick pass complete. Taysom Hill just short of the first down marker, and Alvin Kamara is injured. Oh man, that is not good. He's on the sideline. I was probably going to take him out for this 3rd and 1 anyways. Let's put Cam Akers in.
The one who's going to receive some attention. Hopefully he's okay. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
Can I do something that's not out of goal line? Are they going to go heavy here? They are going heavy, but this doesn't necessarily look like... Why is Kamara in the game? He's injured! He's injured! Why is he in the game? That's because it was goal line formation. Bruised shoulder. We're going to keep him in the game. Right, I don't want to lose Alvin Kamara long term, so I need to make sure that doesn't happen again. Our power back. Let's put Cam Akers in. 3rd down running back. Let's put Devin Neal in. We'll have to catch... I don't know, I might have to... Yeah, leave Cam Akers in for now.
He's still there to run it on 2nd short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right, they did pick up the 1st down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get their...
We don't have to abandon the run yet. But we do have to be a little quicker, and that does not help things. Loss of a yard by Cam Akers. Let's put Devin Neal in. He's been so much better than all of our other running backs. Besides Kamara, of course.
Behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Send Devon Vele in motion.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck.
We're going to give it to him. Devon Vele has a lot of space, and he picks up the 1st down.
Just shy in First downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Shuck.
Check that down to Devin Neal. Survives a hit, picks up 4.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Sending Tipton deep here.
They'll set up a throw.
This pass held on to by Olave for 4. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun on 3rd down.
Pass complete. Mason Tipton has the first down and more. Mason Tipton inside the 20, inside the 10, pushed out of bounds at the 3-yard line.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I'm sending Olave in motion. Give. Akers finds the outside, finds the end zone. Touchdown, Cam Akers. It ain't over yet, McGavin. The way I see it, we're just getting started.
Excellent answer. They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game.
And it is 23-28.
Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away.
This is returned from about the 6. And the Dolphins will start this drive at the 25. 6:51 here to go. Both teams have all 3 timeouts.
On the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First downs a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
1st and 10, Tua out of the gun.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa.
And that's a quick pass complete to Jalen Waddle, and he picks up the first down. Tua's over 300 yards through the air.
Takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to do.
Another give to Achane, and he's brought down on the play by Jonas Sinker.
Yardage back at the 38. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz,
2nd and 14.
cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Quick pass complete. Westbrook Akine picks up 8.
A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke.
3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter.
Here's Tua. Now he'll tuck this
And Tua will take off and run. He picks up the first down, but there is a flag on the play. And it's going to be a hold. We will gladly accept that.
So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey.
3rd and 16. Need a stop here. I will cry if we allow him to convert. Pass complete to the flat, to the tight end. And he is awfully close. It's 4th and inches. And they're going to punt this. This is kind of a pussy move, but I'm not going to complain.
As he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
We're going to let this one go. And it's going to roll into the end zone for a touchback. So we start this drive at the 20, 4:41 to go. All 3 timeouts. How's Kamara looking? Is he still injured? He's not. He's not on the injury report. We got to put him back in.
And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to...
We need a touchdown here. This is, in all likelihood, our last drive. You gotta flip this play. Kamara bounces this to the outside. Close to the first down marker, but there's a flag on the play. And it's a block in the back. And it's on Trevor Penning, his second penalty of the game. Backs us up 8 yards.
Takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
We're going to go play action here. This pass is going to be held onto by Devon Vele. What a catch. In traffic. Good ball from Tyler Shuck. Under pressure, by the way. And we erase that penalty and pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Give Kamara. Only picks up a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
To throw is Shuck.
And that pass is picked. That's that guy's second interception. He's going to take it for 6. Nope, that's probably the game. Tyrell Dodson. I thought they were in man. Yeah, I don't know why. I thought he was going to follow Taysom Hill. Instead, he just sits in coverage. We're also under pressure, so I kind of had to throw the ball right away. But yeah, that's the game. That's probably the game. That is the literal worst thing that could have happened.
Extra point and good by Sanders, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Pettis from about the 3. Runs into his own man. Start out at the 20.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Looking to put a drive together. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air.
Completion to Jawan Johnson.
Short one caught by Johnson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Sending Olave on a 9 route.
Here's Shuck.
And that pass is at the feet of Taysom Hill, incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it.
Quick pass complete to Kamara. He picks up the first down, but lo and behold, there's another flag on the play.
Take this forward for 2, maybe 3.
It's going to be another hold.
We do have a flag down.
Kelvin Banks, 3rd holding penalty of the game.
He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
And Shuck goes down.
Pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. And while all of that was going on with a sack...
And Tyler Shuck's injured on the play. I did not catch that, so now Spencer Rattler has to come in.
When we come back to to Miami. Gotta avoid the flags.
4th and 21.
Here's 4th and long.
Sending Olave on a deep cross.
They'll go. Here's Rattler.
And Rattler gets immediately sacked. Protection's been shit all game. I don't know how many times we've been sacked in this game.
Saints' decision to go for it. Backfire.
I don't know how many times we've been sacked in this game, but we've been pressured a ton. Spencer Rattler's just going to stay in at quarterback for the rest of the game. Who blew it that time? Yeah, Talise Fuaga just doesn't block anyone.
And an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line.
Well, this game's going to look like it wasn't close, but it was close. Here's a gift to Achane. Brought down on the play by Quincy Riley. We're going to take a timeout.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
All right, come on.
Here's Tagovailoa.
Tua looking to throw, and he's brought down for the sack by Pete Werner. We'll take our 2nd timeout.
And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
And Tua goes down for the sack again. We'll take our final timeout. We're out of timeouts. We have the 2-minute warning.
To stop it from here on out. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit.
Blocked field goal would have been nice there, but it's asking for a lot.
Position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result.
15-point game.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away.
Mason Tipton from about the 5 or 6. He does have a pretty good return in this game, but that is not a very good return. Spencer Rattler coming into the game. Tyler Shuck is injured. Kamara in motion. And Rattler goes down. Horrendous protection. That was Talise Fuaga again. Just didn't block anyone.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset.
2 minutes to go. We need a miracle, obviously.
Here's Rattler.
Completion to Tipton. Survives 1 hit. It's 5th catch of the game. Completion to Kamara. Stays on his feet. Gets out of bounds at the 40.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And that pass is thrown at the feet of Tipton, incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
That pass is intercepted. I forced that one. Well, that's your ball game. Tried forcing that one to Taysom Hill. Pick up a nice gain and get out of bounds, but that's going to be the ball game. 38-23 is your final score. We turned the ball over 4 times. Our last one kind of inconsequential, but the other 3 resulted in 21 points for the Dolphins.
So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it
Yeah, turnovers killed us. The inability to stop the big play killed us. And we are going to fall to 4-8.
Victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Dolphins, the playoffs may be out of reach, but the win gets them to 4-8 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
So Tyler Shuck on the day, 24-31, 266 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Both those interceptions, of course, were my fault. Despite the fact that he completed 77% of his passes, I feel like nearly every incompletion he had was kind of outside of the 2 interceptions, of course. So there were 5 passes that were not caught by a team by Tyler Shuck, and I feel like all 5 of those were pretty big misses. He, of course, did have some good throws throughout the game as well, but I don't know, up and down game for him. On the ground, Kamara breaks through 1,000 yards on the ground for the first time in his career, 12 for 65, not bad. Devin Neal, 3 for 8. Cam Akers, 3 for 1 yard, but he did have a touchdown. Kendre Miller, 2 for 4, but he had that huge fumble. Can't understate how huge that was. Kamara, 5 catches for just 25 yards. Mason Tipton had 5 for 66. Olave, 4 for 72, including that 52-yard touchdown. Taysom Hill, only 4 for 19. That's comfortably his worst game of the year. Jawan Johnson, 3 for 35. Devon Vele, 3 for 34. Devin Neal, 2 for 32. So how many different players caught a pass? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 different guys caught a pass. 3 sacks allowed by Taliese Fuaga. Again, I take the way Madden measures sacks with a grain of salt, but Taliese Fuaga played like dog shit. Really, our entire offensive line didn't play that great. We ran the ball decently, but it feels like we were under pressure even if we weren't taking sacks. Pete Werner continues to put up video game numbers in a video game. 10 tackles, 6 TFLs, a sack and a half. 8 tackles for Demario Davis. 3 TFLs for Demario Davis, 2 for Carl Granderson, 2 for Devon Godchaux, 2 for Quincy Riley, 1 for a bunch of other people. Sack and a half for Granderson, sack and a half for Pete Werner. Half a sack for Jonathan Bullard. Not sure how we ended up with 3.5 sacks. No turnovers. And now we got to look at the Dolphins stats. Tua Tagovailoa. This really pisses me off because Tua is not a good quarterback. 19 of 23. He had a perfect passer rating. 330 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Achane was held to 14 carries for 23 yards, but he did plenty as a receiver. Only had 2 catches as a receiver. I feel like he had more than that. But he went for 83 yards and a touchdown, including a 68-yard catch and run on a screen pass. Tyreek Hill, 4 for 84 and 2 touchdowns. Jalen Waddle, 3 for 62 and a touchdown. Basically, our defense couldn't stop the big play. I mean, look at these long touchdowns. Tyreek Hill had a 57-yard catch and run for a long. Jalen Waddle had a 24-yarder. Julian Hill had a 23-yarder. Devon Achane had a 68-yarder. I mean, just the longs from these 4 guys. I mean, that's what? That's 91 yards. That's $115. That's 172 yards just on the longest plays to these 4 guys. 173 yards on 4 plays is kind of disgusting. You know, that's over 40 yards a play. Jordan Brooks had 12 tackles and 2 TFLs. Tyrell Dodson had a Defensive Player of the Week type of game against us. 10 tackles, a TFL, 2 interceptions, including a pick 6. Yeah, I mean, turnovers and inability to stop the big play. That's what cost us this game. So we fall to 4-8. We do have some upgrades here. Cam Akers, I'm going to upgrade him as a power back. It's not going to improve his overall, +2 break tackle, +2 stiff arm, but we basically use him as a power back. He's probably going to get used more than Kendre Miller following that fumble. Jawan Johnson, he's actually been quietly pretty good for us. I think I'm going to upgrade possession for him. Boost him up to a 76 overall with a morale boost. +4 catching, +2 medium route running. I'll take that. And I don't really give a shit about these guys. All right, and let's go ahead and advance the week as we fall to 4-8. Okay, so we're 4-8, and next week we take on the 4-8 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who we did beat in a shootout earlier this year. Next stream, trying to think. It's probably going to be next Sunday. I don't want to sit here and guarantee you guys more than one stream a week at this point, but I will try to stream, at least once a week. I know I'm not going to be around on Saturday, which is Valentine's Day, but it's actually also my dad's birthday, so got some obligations there. And so next week we take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're both 4-8. Enjoy the Super Bowl tonight. As many of you know, I'm a huge Patriots fan. I think it's going to be a close game. I think maybe some bias here, but I'm picking the Patriots to win. 23-20, your final score. Ramondre Stevenson is going to win Super Bowl MVP. That is my bold prediction. That's all I got. Enjoy it.